Hi, thanks so much for stopping by Merlin's Mountain today, and a happy 4th of July to everyone watching. It's a happy day in the UK as well. Happy day everywhere really, but happy 4th of July to you. In this video we are going to do a 5-card horseshoe spread with the Muse Tarot, and as always you can pick a card if you want, but I'm doing this one as a 5-card horseshoe, something a bit special for a special day. Here we go. So let us make a start. If you're going to pick a card or several cards, pick them now. But I strongly recommend this one as a 5-card horseshoe. I really do. It's up to you though. Trust your inner psychic. That's what it's all about. So let's turn over card number 1. And this one is the 5 of Voices. Let's put that one in the middle so we can all see it. 5 of Voices, really it's the 5 of Swords, that's what it stands for in what you might call the normal tarot, not that there's anything ever normal about the tarot. And the idea of this one is that you can win, you can get what you want to actually happen, you can manifest it, but as you can see here, there's a lot of thinking going on, and that's going to be the case with the Swords, always really with the Swords. And they call it the 5 of Voices. Maybe this is voices in your head, maybe it's voices from the past, maybe it's voices from other people around you, but it's important voices, really. That's what it's all about. And you've just got to have the determination to win. And this is very much the beginning of the journey of this spread. So that determination is going to be important in carrying you forward, really. The Muses are sort of looking down, if you will. And someone is holding out an olive branch to them as well. So it's time to make peace with something. And you really do need to do that if you're going to win out. You're going to have to be at peace. Sometimes we fall victim to someone else's ambitions, someone else's kind of whatever path someone else wants us to walk. Or maybe they want to walk that path and they think we should be a part of it. But you have to be kind of a sovereign citizen of the universe. That's how it works. Not like someone trying to win a court case on that basis, because that never seems to work out. But we really are all sovereign citizens of the universe under the jurisdiction of the Great Spirit, the Great Creator, as it were. And so you've got your own path to follow, no matter what anybody else wants you to do. So you should put that, first. And it's important to think about how you're actually going to get to where you want to go. But the journey is really what it's all about. So even if you don't know the outcome, focus your feelings, focus your powers on where you want to go, because if you've got to ask yourself how many kind of broken stories are going to get involved, and how are those things going to actually forgive things that you've lost. It's important to just draw a line under things. That's what we're looking at here, really. So let's put this back in its place at the beginning of the horseshoe. Just about fits on the camera there. And we'll turn over card number 2. And card number 2 is the 7 of Emotions. Let's bring that one into the middle so we can have a good look. And there she is, the Muse, looking down at all these amazingly beautiful objects, creatures, fish, whatever they are. They're swimming before her, and they're all beautiful. But she has to choose just one. And so at least there's choice ahead of you here, friends. If you're moving forward with this reading, which I guess if you chose all 5 cards, you will be. This is kind of what happens next after you've been through that 5 of Swords, 5 of Voices situation there. The olive branches come out. It's time to get moving, and now you've got to make a choice for what you want. The 7 of Emotions is essentially the 7 of Cups, really. There's some daydreaming going on here, and it's nice to have time to daydream, so that's rather positive. It's about choices though. Manifestation really needs you to actually rank up the different options and work out which way you actually go. And that plays into what we said with the 5 of Voices about making decisions, I suppose, and being sure about what you actually want. And all that thinking with the voices, the thinking with the swords, is what gets you to this stage. So the light is shining down into the water here. This is like spiritual light shed on all the different choices. And that, friends, is going to help you to decide what you actually want. First and foremost, it doesn't mean you can't have all these things, but it does mean one at a time. That's the way to get it done. There are so many choices. Some of them are really tempting. Some of them are really kind of bewitching and triumphant, but there's danger hidden somewhere, and some people can't see past that danger. But it's not always a case of going through danger. Sometimes it's a case of avoiding it. So we can make that decision. All decisions so far, but we are very early in the reading. And this really is about leaning towards what you actually feel grounded and happy about when you really boil things down to what matters. And this is about moving from thinking, like we had in the Five of Voices, to actually doing. But doing would be the wands suit. This is the cups. This is the emotions, obviously. And this is a stage we have to go through on the way to finding our resolution. So let's put her there. There we go. And we'll turn this one over. Oh, this is a beauty. This is the page of emotions. I'll just bring her a bit closer into focus there. The page of emotions. So the suit of cups, the suit of the emotions, is really still very much in play here. And there's so much magic in the world, really. You'd think the page of emotion would know how to go about building up expectations of the right things. But that's not always the case, really. There are so many different universes, you could say, of powerful truth to be found in the internal horizons of our being. So as the page goes deeper down her own rabbit hole of the history of things and the feelings that she's been through, she starts to understand that the synchronicity she's seeing today is actually a result of energy and the priming work she's done, what she's sent out into the biosphere in the immediate past, really. So she's using, it's almost technology, but she's basically using magic like technology to create her path. So this is about finding your way forward. This is all about making choices. This is higher up in the suit of emotions, higher up in the suit of cups. So this is further through the journey. This is further towards making things happen. And just as we've got all the swimming creatures here, we've got yet more swimming creatures here. It's quite a thing with the Muse tarot, actually, because they're all kind of swimming around, and it is looks like Nemo almost, but it's the same colour as Nemo. And the page herself is an octopus, you see, many tentacles, so she can reach out for what she wants. But even an octopus will actually consolidate and use all those tentacles to grab at what the octopus wants, what really actually matters. So the page of emotions there, this is the turning point in the 5-card horseshoe. And some would say it's about what isn't expected to happen. And in that sense, it's very real, because this is actually about separating the wheat from the chaff before you really, really push ahead. So this is bringing us to card number 4. And card number 4 is the 9 of Inspiration. I'll bring that into the middle. And here we've got action at last. That's what the 9 of Inspiration is about, because really this is the 9 of Wands. This is about making things happen. And you can see the two unicorn-like sculptures of people here, and everything's kind of strung together between these two, because this is energy and this is direction coming into the picture, and we need that with the wands. We need that for the inspiration to really take root and be positive. We're under a blood red sky here, but here she is actually wearing the same colours of the sky, and this is about getting aligned. This is actually about all the things falling into place to make the journey forward happen. You're being asked to rise up and sustain your true north. You know, we often talk about true north in readings, and that really is about the north node in astrology. You know, the south node is where you're coming from, the north node is where you're going. So you really need to be focused on where you're going. I wouldn't say forget the past entirely, but the past is old news and it's time to leave that behind. Now you might need to tie up some loose ends in order to actually be able to follow through and actually make your goals happen and see them through to proper completion. But you can do it, friends. And let's face it, we go through all this stuff first. So it's not like I'm asking you to do this tomorrow. You could do it tomorrow, maybe. But the journey is all the way through all of this. We've got the 5 of voices, the olive branch. We've got the choices being made here. We've got the choices being consolidated. And now with the 9 of inspiration, we actually have some action. Fabulous. And so this brings us to card number 5, the last card, the outcome card of the whole reading. And this is a nice card to be getting, actually, the Sun. So it's all going to be happening. It's time of new opportunities, but it hasn't happened exactly yet. And so after all that thinking and after going through all those emotions, we've had the 9 of Wands, the 9 of inspiration, moving things forward, and we're straight on to the Sun. It's pretty quick progress, really. So the world is full of sun and it's full of shadow as well. You know, we wouldn't appreciate one without the other. And here the Muse is finding a speck of time to pause and to actually embrace the sunlight. Although this is a time of new beginnings always with the Sun card, because it's number 19 in the Major Arcana. It's very, very close to the end of the Major Arcana journey. So we're really getting progress and things are really, really maturing here. But there is actually time to pause, really. You know, positivity is a very powerful thing. It leads to success. It leads to optimism and joy and happiness. It brings us towards celebration and everything. But it's important to think about things all the way along. So here the Muse is thinking about it and her mind is spinning in a peaceful, hypnotic kind of way under the spell of the Sun, and actually standing in the flow of the divine energy. And that, friends, is what you're being asked to do here. See, she's really giving you a heart-filled message of happiness, that happiness can be found. You will be finding happiness very soon. Because this is where this card is taking you. And it begins to sound like a way out of all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world that's so worrying to so many of us. We are actually going to be finding truth. That is so good. So be optimistic, friends. Expect total freedom. You know, you will experience it soon. And life is actually going to be getting a whole lot better. And we feel really like we've got stuck energy, I suppose, in the world at the moment because, you know, prices going up and wars happening and nuclear threats, and we just don't know what's going to happen. But we're not going to be stuck like that forever. These things are always fluid. Even things as immovable as politics are fluid, are going somewhere, and we are actually coming towards joy. So there we are. We'll put the Sun in place. So I hope you got a lot out of that. I certainly did, and I hope the rest of your day is fantastic. I hope you'll join me again very soon in a future video. Do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and if you have subscribed already, please check that subscribe button again, because YouTube seems to take subscribers away all the time. I know you guys don't unsubscribe, but YouTube just kind of decides that you must be a criminal or something, so or a scammer, or I don't know, something. But they will unsubscribe people left, right and centre. So please do check that one. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind, drop a like on this one. Helps the algorithm realise that this isn't a complete waste of time, as I'm sure you'll agree it isn't. And leave me a comment, guys. If you picked cards, let me know which cards you picked. And, you know, we'll share the journey as well. That's what it's all about. I'll see you again very soon. Love and light, blessings and peace.